must put this video out today. I really don't care how I look right now. I just want to help someone, encourage someone, empower someone. You know me, I'm Grace. I love to talk about everything regarding physiotherapy, occupational therapy, and speech and language therapy, or allied health professionals in the United Kingdom. Guys, I am so tired, but I said I must come and share this wonderful information to all of you wonderful people out there. For all those that have been following me, for all those that are subscribed to my channel, I hope that I'm bringing you lots of value and information. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for tuning in, for encouraging me, and you are the reason why I'm doing this. You are the reason why I'm doing this. So in today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about a good news that I found. So you know how everybody's talking about IELTS. You all know IELTS is like the biggest pain for any international physiotherapist or occupational therapist actually trying to come to live and work in the United Kingdom. So IELTS, for those of you that don't know, is the test of English language speaking and writing test. And on this test, if you want to be registered in the United Kingdom to practice as an allied health professional, you have to be able to show that you can read, write, and speak English, and you have to have no lower score than 6.5. So I've been seeing lots of information, videos of other people sharing that the good news that the scores for IELTS have been reduced, or that if you're from certain countries, you're no longer required to do the IELTS. So what did your girl Grace do? I wanted to hear this from the horse's mouth. So I picked up my telephone and I called the Health Professionals Council. I called the HPCP in the United Kingdom, who are the Healthcare Professions Council in the United Kingdom. And I speak to them and I said to them, what is all the news going on about IELTS? And they said to me, basically, they know that there's a lot of people from overseas, especially from Nigeria and some other African countries, that a lot of people they know actually speak English from childhood. So the girl that I spoke to specifically said to me that they have decided to waive the IELTS for a lot of people from Nigeria and maybe also from some African countries. So this is really, really good news, guys, because a lot of people, they couldn't register for their Healthcare Professions Council because they don't have their IELTS. But right now, IELTS is ka-ching. So what the person told me that I spoke to on the telephone is when you're filling out your application as an international applicant for the Healthcare Professions Council, in the section where they've asked you the question, whether you are a national or whether you are exempt from English, you have to check yes. So if you check yes, they're not going to ask you to provide basically proof. But if they feel that you have to check yes, but the thing is, if you're not from Nigeria, or depending on what African country that you're from, they might request all your educational transcripts. And if they request all your educational transcripts and your transcripts show that you did not study in English, then you must and you will be mandated to do the IELTS. But if you can show proof that you studied in English, that all your school certificate, maybe secondary school certificate, that your degree was done in English, then they are not going to ask you to provide extra proof of English language. So for example, I myself am Nigerian American, and I asked them, okay, so for somebody like me, I'm from Nigeria, but my whole life since I was 3 years old, I have spoken English. And the girl on the phone said to me, even from the way you talk, I can tell that your English is very good and very clear. So as long as on your application form, you check the box that English is basically your first language, or you've spoken English from a very, very young age, they will not necessarily ask you to provide proof of IELTS. But if you don't check that, then they will definitely ask you proof of IELTS. Also, another category is that if you check that English was your first language, and let's say from the time that you were very young as a child, you've spoken English all your life, they will want to see proof that you studied your secondary school education, your university degree. They will want to see proof that you actually studied in English. So don't go and put in there that English is your first language if you cannot provide the proof that all your educational transcripts or university degree was in English. But this makes life so much more easier for everybody, guys. If you're looking to live and work in the United Kingdom as a physiotherapist, occupational therapist, physiotherapy assistant, occupational therapy assistant, speech and language therapist, allied health professionals, or even a nurse, this is your chance. Make your application right now. Make that application. Some of you have reached out to me that you didn't quite make it with your IELTS, but this video is to give you the latest update right from the horse's mouth. I called the HCPC myself today because I said, what is all the buzz about? I really want to know what they're talking about regarding physiotherapists, occupational therapists, and speech and language therapists. And luckily, the person that I spoke to, she was really nice, she was really kind, and she said, yes, as long as when you do your international application, you check the box that you are exempt because you've always spoken English, or English is not your second language, but your first language, they might not necessarily ask you to provide proof. But just to be on the safe side, they will require to see proof of like your educational credits, let's say your secondary school education, your university education. All your transcripts must be in English, and maybe even the transcript should say that you actually studied in English. So I just want to share this good news with you guys. For all of you guys that have reached out to me in the past and you didn't quite make your IELTS and you're looking to come to live and work in the United Kingdom as a physiotherapist, occupational therapist, I am telling you, jump right in now. If you want, you can call the Healthcare Professions Council and clarify for yourself, especially all you Nigerian or Ghanaian or some African nationals. Call them and hear it directly from the horse's mouth. This is what I did today, and this is what they told me, that you might not, as long as you check the box to say that English is your first language. But there are some countries that still, irrespective of whether you've studied in English your whole life or not, they will still require you to do IELTS. But from what I'm hearing today, from what they've told me today, Nigeria, Ghana, and some African countries are exempt, but you have to tick it on your application that you are exempt. But then that doesn't mean that they cannot go further to ask you for proof, because if they ask you for proof and you can't provide the proof, then you have yourself to blame. So make sure that all your transcripts are legitimate. Make sure that you studied in English. Make sure that your lecturers, professors, that you have people that can give you feedback to say that you actually studied in English. But for those of you who already are nearly there, this is fantastic news, guys. Go on and apply. Please don't forget to like, to share, subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions that you would like answered also on this channel regarding life in the United Kingdom, Healthcare Professions Council, please make sure you put them in the comment section below. I am Grace. I'm a physiotherapist. If you need someone to give you references, maybe for your healthcare professions application, or someone to guide you and help you with it, you can reach out to me. Also, you might need someone to give you a reference as a good standing citizen. I'm a qualified physiotherapist. I'm also healthcare professions registered. I'm also CSP registered, which is the Chartered Society of Physiotherapy, and I can help you and guide you with these steps. Don't forget to reach out to me, leave me comments in the comment sections below. If you have any questions that you want answering, please, please, please leave that in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, to share and to subscribe. If you know anybody that's looking to come to live and work in the United Kingdom as a physiotherapist, occupational therapist, allied health professional, this is the time for you. The UK government is giving highly skilled workers. They are in great demand of highly skilled workers. So use this opportunity and jump right in. This is your girl checking out, Grace. Have a good